Hi guys, it's Ashley, and today I'm gonna be talking about how to start a YouTube channel or how to grow your YouTube channel. I'm just gonna give you my tips, just like the inner workings of YouTube, how much you get paid through YouTube, lots of juicy little tips and details that I have for you guys that will hopefully help in case you're deciding to start a YouTube channel or even if you already have one. If you're on the edge about starting a YouTube channel, I'm gonna tell you right now, go ahead and do it. Literally the best decision I've ever made in my whole life was to start my YouTube channel. So I have a bunch of notes on my little iPad right here, so if I keep looking down, that would most likely be why. Anyways, if you're new to my channel, like I said before, my name's Ashley. I've been doing YouTube for about 2 years, so since 2018. I think I posted my first video in January. Hey guys, it's Ashley, and today I'm gonna be doing a try-on thrift haul. In 2019, in January or February, I hit 100K, and then now it is 2020, and I think right now I'm about like 650,000. It's so insane to me that something like this could be my job. But yeah, it definitely has been a learning process, and I feel like I have a lot of stuff to say, a lot of stuff that like I wish I knew when I was first starting my YouTube channel that can hopefully like lead you guys in the right direction. Okay, so let me just give you guys like a little recap about how I started YouTube. So when I first started, I was in college. I'm still in college right now. I'm a junior in college, but I was a freshman when I first started. I think it was kind of a good time because like no one really knew me and no one knew that I did YouTube. And I was kind of like, oh, I'm in college. Is it too late to start? No, it's not too late to start. It will never be too late to start. You could literally be 95. I literally think that you should still start YouTube. I wish I saw more 95-year-olds doing YouTube, honestly. And I hope that I will be vlogging when I'm 95 as well. So I first started probably posting like 2 to 3 times a week. That is a lot of times a week. I would say aim for 1 to 2 times a week if you can. It really depends what you're doing. But yeah, my biggest tip when you're first starting YouTube is to try to do searchable videos. If no one really knows who you are, no one's gonna watch your vlogs, and it like kind of sucks to hear that, but like if you're just starting YouTube, you should not be putting out vlog after vlog after vlog. So try to do things that are searchable. Like for example, I did hauls, you can do reviews, things like that, like collections maybe. I know my first video that got me to 1 million views, I did a Vans collection, and that was like insane and really helped to build my channel. And my Jacob is so fruity. Call me Gucci mine, or you call me Gucci Gucci. But yeah, it doesn't really, I mean, I don't want to tell you do like trendy videos and stuff because I want you guys to like be original and like do things that are like new and fun. But like definitely keep in mind that people might not be watching Q&As or vlogs like immediately on your channel if they don't already know who you are. Also, I think it's important to keep in mind that growth will come in waves and not every video is going to do super well and your channel's not always going to be growing really fast. Like you're gonna have times where like your channel just hits a plateau. At those times, you just have to keep pushing through it. At the end of the day, I think consistency is the absolute #1 most important thing on YouTube. The growth kind of builds on top of itself, so that's why I would say maybe 1 to 2 posts a week is like kind of the magic number, at least for me. Sometimes 3 posts if I'm really going at it, but oh my god. When you're starting a YouTube channel, it can be a huge commitment, and don't be scared of that, but I think just understand how much it can potentially like affect your schedule and your general life once you start YouTube. Now that I do YouTube, the entire routine and setup of my life is completely different than it was before, and it takes a while to get used to that, but at the end of the day, at least in my opinion, I think it's totally worth it. I'm like doing my dream job. If you're like a younger, not younger, but if you're like a YouTuber that's just starting out, try not to let it get to you. I know I used to check my growth like religiously, like constantly like refreshing my feed to see how many subscribers I was getting or how many views my videos were getting, and now I honestly try like not to really check it at all because it can really get to your head and just give you anxiety or like make you wonder if your videos just aren't good enough, and that kind of sucks to be going through that. So okay, now let's just talk about editing really quick. My first year I edited pretty much only on, actually not pretty much, I edited only on iMovie. I would say iMovie is the perfect entryway editing system. The only thing that's really annoying is the text. So I would go on Google Drawings, which you can download. It's like part of Google Drive. You do text as like word art, and then you just save as a PNG file so that the background's blank and you pull it in, and then you'd have to do that for all of your text, which does get pretty annoying, but it's a good like workaround way to be able to use iMovie efficiently. And then now I have Final Cut Pro. I think I've had it for about a year, and it was expensive. It was like $300, but you know what? It's a business expense, and I really needed to have an editing software system where I could edit in different like aspect ratios, so I could have like vertical videos. And how I edit is I go through, I do a rough cut, I get rid of any pauses. Honestly, I will get rid of breaths. YouTubers do that. They get rid of all of your breaths in between words, and it can be kind of it's a lot to edit sometimes. But I mean, not like every breath, but if I'm like before I say something, then I will edit it out. But yeah, so I always do a rough cut, then I go back, I add like little jump cuts and like zooms and text, and then maybe I'll do like a final one where I go and just like tweak it a little bit at the end. And also, your thumbnail is so important. Your thumbnail is the most important part of your video. It is what everyone sees. It's what people want to click on. You can edit your whole video for as long as you want, but you should really, really be focusing on your thumbnail, which by the way is 16:9 orientation if you're cropping it on your iPhone. By the way, for my thumbnails, the apps that I usually use, I'll use like Pixar, and then if I do fonts, I will use Fonto. Now let's talk about monetization. I know that a lot of you guys probably are wondering about this. This confused me so bad when I first started YouTube, and I'm still kind of confused about it. Actually not. So I'm pretty positive you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which is actually quite a lot of time. In order to get like 4,000 watch hours, you have to probably have at least like a few thousand channel views, a few hundred thousand channel views. So it does take quite a while and a lot of dedication just to be able to be monetized. When I first started YouTube, they were having some issue where they're like deciding a new way to monetize people and all that stuff. It literally took me 9 months to get monetized. I'm pretty sure now it'll take maybe like a couple weeks to a month maximum, but it took me literally 9 months to get monetized, which means like I was grinding on my YouTube for 9 months when I first started without even being monetized. But honestly, when I started YouTube, I didn't even know you could be monetized, so like I didn't really even care. I love to edit videos. It's like my favorite thing in the whole world. Actually, well, I love to film them. Sometimes editing them does kind of be frying my brain, but either way. So once you get past that, then you can start to get monetized. You get paid by Google AdSense, usually, unless you're like connected to another network. I have no idea how that works, but usually you'll get paid by Google AdSense, and they will send you a check every month. As long as you make more than $100, they'll send you a check every month. If you don't make more than $100, it'll just kind of sit in your bank account until it reaches $100, and then they'll send it out. And you get paid per view of an ad on your video. You can have ads before and after your video, or if the video is longer than 10 minutes, then you're allowed to put ads within your video. For example, I got you guys with that one. Like I was saying, if your video is longer than 10 minutes, you can pretty much add like as many ads, I think, or like at least 10 ads within your video, which is kind of crazy. It's just not fun to watch through ads. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of creators, like it's their only job. With that being said, I know a lot of you guys like want to know like how much YouTubers make. And I would say it's so different for every YouTuber. Depending on what type of videos you do, your like ad rate can be different. I know if you like make review videos on Tesla and like technology, you can get paid way more per ad view than someone like me who does like fashion, which is kind of weird, but that's just like how it works. I would say once I first started YouTube, you would make like a few $100s like a month here and there, and then eventually it racks up to like 1,000. And I think by the time I had like 100,000 subscribers, I was able to like pay for my own rent, to have an apartment. And I only kept my apartment for like 7 months. As you start making more videos, you start getting monetized more, your platform starts growing, obviously. It also really depends on how many views your videos are getting. Mostly you could have like a few months where you get like over 1 million views on a couple of videos and your channel does really well and you make like 5 figures. But yeah, it really all depends on your views and your growth at the time. Then another thing that I didn't even realize when I first started YouTube either is that brands will sponsor people in videos. So I've obviously done sponsored videos before. I will only work with brands that I absolutely love, and they have to be vegan, cruelty free. I have to really support their message. You gotta turn down the sponsorships if they do not resonate with you. But yeah, I would say YouTubers probably make more from sponsorships than they do from Google AdSense. Usually the brands will email you first, and that can be a whole ordeal, like a literal whole job in itself. I was so stressed out when I first started YouTube because you'd have to read your own contracts, you'd have to figure out rates and negotiate for yourself. But eventually, once I hit like around 100K, I got a manager. My manager, David, has literally saved my entire life. But yeah, things can get really hectic once you're on YouTube because you're being self-employed. You have to figure out your own 1099s, your own taxes. So keep that in mind. I am literally so thankful for YouTube. It has helped put me through college. It's helped put my siblings through college. It just made it more comfortable for me to like live my life. Being a YouTuber is like literally the coolest job. There's so many amazing opportunities that come from it. And I know a lot of you guys are being held back by like, oh, like I'm not confident enough, I'm shy, or I don't know what people are gonna think of it. And honestly, you probably hear this all the time, but like, who cares if other people don't like your video? I'm naturally a very shy person. Like, I mean, it's kind of like the introverted, extrovert. Yeah. But yeah, you don't have to be like a crazy introverted person, or You don't have to be a crazy extroverted person to do YouTube. I'm like kind of going off on a tangent now. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Let me tell you guys right now, don't be so hard on yourself when you're first starting. I can look back on like my first 20 videos and be like, oh my God, what am I doing? Because it's just so hard to get used to talking to the camera. It's hard to get your tone right, or you just kind of act like not yourself. It's really hard to find your own style. That's just what happens. It will take multiple videos for you to kind of figure out your own style. Probably took me like a year of making videos to find my own style, to feel comfortable talking how I normally do in front of the camera. Also, it will be hard for people around you to get used to you doing YouTube, your parents, your boyfriend or girlfriend or partner or whoever, your siblings. Like, it will be hard. Keep that in mind as well. And you just have to stay strong and stick up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? My parents are like so supportive of me, but I know when I first started, they were like really hesitant. And I know a lot of parents like just don't understand like how any of this works. I know plenty of my family members literally have no idea how this is a job for me, and like that's totally fine. Probably the majority of my job is really just sitting down and editing emails on top of emails on top of emails, but I kind of love checking my email. You gotta have a good email writing process down. You gotta have the business mindset, and you gotta freaking go for it. Let's talk about some equipment. So right now I am filming on my Sony A6400. I will check what it is and I will write it right here. I have like a little fuzzy external mic on the side that helps my audio be a lot better than if I were just use the camera. I think my Rode mic was like $50. This camera was pretty expensive. It was like $1,000 something. To have a Lumix G7, it is still my most favorite camera in the entire world. Let me go grab it for you guys. Andrew, I would have used this camera for the rest of my life. I love this camera. I got pancake batter in all the crevices of this device. I think it still kind of works.
You also destroyed the SD card slot.
No, you did, because you stuck a fork in it. You stuck a butter knife in it.
Oh yeah, that was me.
Andrew.
Yeah, I low-key destroyed this camera.
Yeah, you did.
But honestly, I think our videos are better quality now.
Yeah, but this one's like, this is less vlog friendly though, the setup of the camera. But like, what can you do? Thank you, Andrew.
I'm gonna go blast my music.
80 degrees. I love that, Andrew. But honestly, you know what, guys? Like, you don't need a super nice camera. I have plenty of videos on my channel right now that are 100% iPhone footage. For example, my California vlog that I just posted. By the way, I know probably some of you guys will ask, this is called a skylight or Blisslight skylight. I'll have it linked in my description because literally I know that all of you guys always ask where it's from, and I love it. It looks so cool. It's beautiful. And I'm pretty sure Madison Beer had one in her room, and that's where I saw it. I also want to mention that filming can be really hard and like nerve-wracking, and one way that I kind of got around this was by filming with my siblings. I'm sure if you watch my channel then you know Amber and Andrew. It's kind of made my channel into like sort of a family channel, but having them in my videos is what 100% like made it a lot easier for me to kind of open up on YouTube, and they're like my best friends. Okay, anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope that this helped you out. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. If you have any comments, you can comment them in the comments. Make sure to double tap the like button, double tap the subscribe button, and of course, make sure to click confirm when it asks you to unsubscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.